Hey guys, welcome back. This video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about twin flames. What are they? Are you one? How do you know if you are dealing with a twin flame or a soulmate connection? Where do I begin? We're going to start from the beginning, from the basics, from the science. Okay? Twin flames are basically quantum entanglement. Twin flames are singularity, attempting to exist in this physical universe as duality. So think of the yin-yang. Think of a battery with a positive and a negative. Each has a bit of the other within. And we can also think of this as consciousness versus subconsciousness. The subconscious energy drives the conscious energy. And whatever you do enough will become your subconscious. The subconscious mind is directly linked to higher self. So the subconscious energy is the positive, and the conscious energy is the negative. The awakened twin, the awakened person, is usually positive, subconscious energy, driving the negative or the conscious energy. So we're talking positive and negative as in energy, not as in good or bad. Your soul will recognize itself in the other person. You'll feel an instant energy connection, not to be mistaken for physical attraction. You'll just know there will be a pull, almost a magnetism. Sometimes twins are another religion, race. They could be older or younger. They could even be married happily with a family, or they could live in another part of the world. There's usually some sort of roadblock or obstacle in the way of you being together. Most of the time it's because each of you have a lot of work within yourself to do and to work on. And your life might need cleaning up before you can meet, before you can come together. Most twins don't find out about each other or this journey until some sort of awakening has begun. So if you're stuck in negativity, bad habits, old ways, old mindsets, and you can rule yourself out for sure. You wouldn't know right away what the connection is. There would be doubt for sure. Doubt as to why you feel so connected to a person, so different than your usual type, is usually the case. And that's also a huge indicator that you've met a twin flame. Your twin will trigger you and will trigger your ascension process for your growth to begin. And that's when we get to the fun part. Your thoughts of the other can begin to become almost obsessive. and you know that this isn't how you would normally feel about someone you like. It's nothing like you've ever felt before. There's just no comparison. So ascending is expanding your consciousness, not your thoughts or your mind. It's self-awareness. If you're ascending, you'll know. There'll be all kinds of signs and numbers and just positive direction from the universe. Some will be related to your person, such as their name. Maybe you see the car they drive, or you hear a song that reminds you of them. You could be seeing actual twins, or the word twin. You could be seeing doubles of things, or pairs of numbers like 1111, 1212. Some numbers are divine, speaking directly to you. And some numbers are not related to your twin at all. You'll want to look up any angel numbers or repeating numbers that you see repeat throughout your days, and try and figure out what messages they hold for you. Often they are things that you are to work on to better yourself, to better your life, to better the direction of your life. But when obsessive thinking starts, signs of your twin start as well. And that's because you are attracting those signs into your life through the law of attraction. When obsessive thinking is stopped, the signs of them will stop. This is not related to the numbers that you see that carry messages for you that we were just talking about. If the numbers stop, you want to get them back. They're letting you know that you're on the right path. You want to keep the signs from the universe, and you want to keep moving in the right direction with the guidance of the universe, of the divine. So remember, with numbers, you are ascending. With constant signs of your person, you are obsessing. Don't confuse the two. And know that in a twin flame connection, obsessive thinking is almost impossible to stop. So don't feel like you're crazy. If you continue to have obsessive thoughts, you're only going to attract more of that obsessive energy into your life. Your goal is to focus on ascending, okay, not obsessing. You're going to need to let go of clingy energy and ego personality. When you let go of the person physically and you have no connection with them except for a deep spiritual experience instead, that's when they will show up in your life again. It's a push and pull dynamic. When you first meet your twin flame, there's usually this period of happiness and contentment before the next step begins. And the next step is the dark night of the soul. You might have heard of this before. You might have heard this referenced before, or not. But I will try my best to fill you in on my experience of dark night of the soul. This is a huge indicator that you've met your own soul incarnated in another person. in another physical form. Your twin. This doesn't happen for soul connections. Dark night of the soul can last for days, weeks, months. I mean, it's of course very different for everyone, but some say it can last even a year when you're not facing it. Dark night of the soul consists of deep thinking, depression, crying uncontrollably, desperation, sometimes no appetite, no will to do anything, obsessive thoughts, feeling negative energy. You might even feel like people are sending you negative energy. You might just sit around all day or stare at the wall for hours, count the dots in the ceiling, I don't know. Not getting out of bed, not wanting to participate in life. Basically, you won't be able to think about anything except your person. It's the most ridiculous, uncontrollable urge that makes no sense at all. The obsessive thinking is like a disease that is so intense that your thoughts can go from 0 to 300 instead of the usual 0 to 60. And you might be checking their social media crazy amount of times, or just waiting on communication like a junkie, waiting for a fix. You go through constant hell trying to figure out what you're going through. You might be researching your situation or not being able to talk to anyone about it because you would sound crazy. Sometimes this can bring up an actual physical pain in the heart chakra or in the solar plexus. You might come across twin flame information and get all instantly obsessed all over again. Obsessively reading nonstop, watching YouTube videos about twin flame information. And no one understands that their soul has been trying to get their attention with the ascension process because it seems like torture. They don't get it. They don't see the connection. Ascension is not a painless process. And this is another indicator that this is not a normal connection because you are unable to walk away from this person. And it haunts you. A normal breakup or distancing from someone you liked would never be this hard for you. It's very out of character and definitely an indicator of meeting a twin. You'll just have like a knowing. You'll know that you're meant to stay connected to this person. I mean, you of course have free will to be with someone else, but you'll always have this like bond, this recognition, because you have met your soul in another body. You are one soul. And you're already together. So separation is the illusion that you feel in Dark Night of the Soul. Once you recognize the illusion and you submit yourself to the experience, it will dissipate. You must accept it. You have to surrender to the process. You have to be real. You have to be true. You have to be your true self by letting go of your ego and detaching from the physical person. This doesn't mean like ignore them. It means turning that focus and energy to work on yourself instead. And when you heal yourself, you also heal your counterpart. because you are one soul, ascending. So when you are truly one with yourself, you are one with them. And not only that, you attract all kinds of good people, all kinds of good energy into your life. You might even meet your soul tribe. You'll definitely meet other like-minded people. And that includes your twin. So it's very, very important to get out of ego and to detach from the physical person. And somehow, once you detach, once you distance yourself from the physical person and you focus on yourself, they magically show up again. It's a push and pull kind of energy. You push and they pull away, and vice versa. So in your life, the dark night is your ego melting away. Your soul is trying to shine through and kill ego. But ego isn't having it. Ego doesn't want to die. So it fights to the death. And the process becomes more painful than it needs to be. And so the light of your own soul has to elbow its way through because ego won't move out of the way. So ego is blocking your light. And you need light to grow. The light will grow your ascension. Your soul energy grows brighter while the ego is getting its ass kicked by the light. Remember that acceptance is key. If you fail to surrender to the process, it'll drag out for way longer than necessary, seemingly forever. Just give in. Embrace your ascension. Recognize it. And surrender. And you'll begin to feel better. The numbers will return and let you know you're on the right path again. And that you're doing it right. And to keep going. And when I say numbers, I mean there will be a barrage of numbers. The universe speaks through numbers, through code. And math is its fluent language. Learn it. And consider the numbers as the universe and your team of guides giving you feedback. It's not required to be with your twin physically. Some believe you have a mission together. And I mean, you do have a mission to heal and to love. But having a mission on this earth together doesn't have to be true for all twins. You can never make your purpose here strictly to be with the other person. That'll only lead back to obsessive thinking and push them away again. It works opposite of how you think it does. Your purpose is not to be with your twin as much as it is to be a good person living your best life. Or the best life you can live. And feeling good about it. Take action in your own life to live better, to feel better, to focus on yourself. Honor yourself. Turn all of that obsessive energy to yourself. In a healthy way, of course. Because when your twin comes and goes, these are the times that you are being directed to refocus your energy back to yourself. The more you focus on yourself, the more you attract them. So why aren't you focusing on your soul healing? Do not focus on outer circumstances. Always have inner peace in every moment. Do not have judgment. Over time, you will move closer together by accepting what is in this moment. It's not about the destination of union. It's about the journey of ascension. And union is not a place or a status to acquire like everybody is going for. It's accepting that you are life. You are love. You are your twin. And separation is an illusion because you are one soul. You can never be separate. Union is not romantic. It's peaceful and zen. It can be romantic, but it's not meant to be. So stop focusing on the 3D illusion of your person. You need to focus on your soul. Union is realizing that you are union. You are one. And of course, physical union, when two come together in life, is different. That's a shift. And you can't think your way there. It's only energetic. So having a mission is not important. Stop focusing on the belief that you are mind. You're not your mind. You're energy and your soul. And your soul only responds to energy. So make energy your language. Time is non-existent. Let go of the belief that you are on a time restriction. And as an ego, instead be the soul that you already naturally are. So remember, you're not your mind, you are consciousness with eternal life. And I know we do tarot readings that are very 3D based on feelings and based on expressions of 3D energy. But there's so much more to know about this journey. There's so much more to see beyond the 3D. Look beyond the 3D and try to connect through the universal language of love. If you're on this journey, I wish you all the best. It is not easy, and only the strongest will survive. Don't forget, you have free will to opt out at any time. And often, because none of this is involved with a soulmate connection, people choose to take that route instead. Often a less complicated connection, but no less important. All right, guys, I think that's enough for now. We're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know if any of this helped anybody, but if it did, feel free to let me know. Remember, guys, you are consciousness. You are not your mind. Be the best version of you there is to be, and attract those very same energies into your life. That's all.